Morning again, wellness crew. Today is our second of our snow days and is our third day on the PSA project. The deadlines are going to get extended just a little bit on this, but I expect you to make some progress on the research document today. So hopefully yesterday you were able to get your PSA Day 1 worksheet completed and come up with a couple of driving questions. And today your goal is going to be to get some progress done on your research if you didn't start that yesterday. So if you take a peek in Schoology today, you'll see that for the day, yesterday I had a page for you for your e-learning instructions. Today there will be a page right in here that will have that same information for today that'll have this review video for you. So this is your worksheet. If you click on that link, it's going to bring up the research worksheet, which looks like this. You're going to copy whatever your first driving question was here, and then you're going to come up with some facts. You need to come up with 6 facts for each to help answer each of your driving questions. So you're going to jot the question down and then go do some research online. And you can look at the databases that the Learning Commons offers for resources. You can do a Google search, but make sure you remember that you need quality sources. We'll talk about that again in a minute. If you go above and beyond, you feel like, oh, I found one more thing here that I really need to include in the information, you can add some extra info there. Down here on the second page, you're going to put your second driving question, and again, fill in some information in here to help answer that driving question on your video. Your resources that you use to gather information go down here. You need to use at least 3, okay? At least 3 sources to gather your information. And that doesn't mean going to one website and clicking on 3 different pages. That means 3 completely different websites or organizations. Remember that when you are looking at sources, we want to try to focus on .org, .edu, .gov because those are not financially motivated. Sometimes you can find a good .com that will give you some information that is useful and well backed. Maybe you went to livestrong.com and they had done an interview with a certified dietitian about nutrition. And so if you use a .com, then you need to justify it. So you're going to go down here where it says justification and explain it. If you used a .gov or a .edu from Stanford University or something like that for your source, you don't need to worry about the justification. All you're going to do for your source is you're going to copy the main web page link that you used there. You're not going to do a formal citation like you would if you were writing a paper in English. Again, you need to use at least 3. There's a space here for a 4th one if you find a 4th resource. And if you're working in a group of 2, you are expected to have different resources from your teammate. You are not able to just use the same websites. So make sure you talk to each other if you're in a group of 2 about which sources you're using for information. A good a well filled out box up here has enough information to really be useful when you go back and start to figure out what you're going to say in your video. So this might be an example. We have a driving question written in here, and this person wrote a good solid couple of sentences in here, not just 4 words. So that gives you an idea of what a good example might look like when you're filling in a box. Put a good solid complete thought or a complete piece of info in there versus just a short chunk of text, because when you go to figure out what you're going to say, having more thorough information in here will be easier versus if you went really simple on your research document, it makes it hard to sound like you know what you're talking about in your video. So those are your goals for today. You're going to try and get some of that research done. Okay. We will spend some time tomorrow reviewing it and working on it some more before we introduce kind of do some really basic introduction of transitioning from research to the video part. But tomorrow, the goal is going to be to have that totally done by the time we get to the end of the day tomorrow. So if you can get maybe at least one of your driving questions answered, that would be great. If you need help today, send me a message in Schoology or send me an email. I will be available pretty much the whole day to jump on Zoom if you need to answer more specific questions or have a conversation. So I hope you have an awesome day today. Those of you who are in charge of snow removal at your house, good luck with that. Stay warm. And if you have to go out today, be safe. We will see you tomorrow.